Hello and welcome to episode 122 From Impossible to Inevitable. I am your host, Megan Bauer. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode and pushing play today. I appreciate you. Okay, to start off this episode, I want to chat a little bit about routines, the idea of routines, right? There are tons of routines in my life, specifically on school days, when there are things that have to get done, right? We have a morning routine with the girls as we get them fed and get them dressed and get them off to school. And in the afternoon, I have my own afternoon routine as I get things ready into the car to go get the girls to then, bring them home. That seems like the longest routine because it's like get everything they need and I need in the car, mostly snacks. Let's be honest. They just need food and go get them. And then when we get home, it is dinner, it is homework, it is showers, it is bedtime. And all of that runs pretty clearly. There are very unusual interruptions or exceptions to these routines. These routines are very functional. There are steps involved, and they are very much just to get things done. We have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do this, and this is the order in which we do them. And they are, like I said, it is very functional. They are checklist items. It is a routine to get us to the finish line, to the end, right? The finish line in the morning is getting the girls out the door, and the finish line in the evening is getting them in bed, pretty much. And of course, there are other routines throughout the day, right? All of us have our own personal hygiene routines, our own work routines, our own cleaning routines. There are so many routines. Routines are extremely helpful. They are extremely helpful because they take away some of the deciding factor, right? If you always, I always vacuum the house in a particular order. Like I start here, I end here. That's how I do it. Then I don't have to think about it. My thoughts can be elsewhere as I vacuum the house because the routine is this, then that, then this, then that. And then once the vacuuming is done, then it's on to, maybe it's mopping or maybe it's the bathrooms or whatever. But there's that routine, there's that flow, there's that rhythm, and I don't have to stop and consider or think about it or even decide what's next. So routines are hugely helpful. And I know that the girls love having that routine because they know what to expect. They know what comes next. It's not a surprise. They are prepared for it. My older one especially loves to know what's happening. She wants to know the details, this, then this, then this, then this. And if somebody else is picking them up from school or whatever, they want to know where they should expect that person. They want to know what is happening next. They want those details. And there's a point where our brains want those too. We want to know what to expect, what to prepare for, where we are headed. Okay, routines are really great. Love routines. I want to switch that a little bit and talk about rituals. So rituals are really like routines in that there are steps. They can be very functional, but they don't have to be. But the whole vibe of a ritual is different. I could look at the bedtime routine as just a routine. We do this, we do this, we do this, you get to bed, the end. Or we can change that. It's like, okay, this is our little ritual. And instead of just like, we read the book, I tucked you in, your night light's on, the door is closed, the end. Very matter of fact, checkboxy. It can be like, okay, we spend our last moments together today reading a book, and I'll tuck you in and make sure you feel warm and snuggled and loved. And then, we'll turn the little night light on, we'll shut the door, and it's the end. The whole feeling is different. And here is why. Rituals focus on the intention and your awareness around the experience of each step. So the intention is like, I'm not just reading you a book. The intention is I am engaging with you in this way that you love for one last time today. And we'll have more time tomorrow, of course, but for today, this is our last activity because I love you and you love this and you have to go to bed and we need to complete this day. But it's how you feel into it and how you take that moment and are aware of it. It's completely infused with intention, and that affects how you feel about it. It's not just check boxes, right? Cleaning the house is very much a routine. I don't feel into it. I don't really care. I just want it done. I am not feeling very intentional. I am just getting it done. However, I've called it my morning routine because that's kind of how it started. But my morning, it's hard not to say morning routine. That routine has become more ritualistic the more I have done it because I have infused it with meaning. I have infused this experience with this I am being who I want to be. The person I want to be gets up at this time. The person I want to be exercises for 30 minutes every day, no matter what. The person I want to be spends 10 minutes in meditation. The person I want to be spends 10 minutes in journaling. The person I want to be spends 20 minutes in reading a nonfiction book before the rest of the day starts. This is how the person I want to be starts their day. And it has become a ritual to me because each piece of it is done with intention. I'm not just mindlessly going through the motions, checking off the boxes, done, done, done. I am feeling into it. And I'll allow this. My exercising might be a little bit more checkboxy than the rest because it's not my favorite thing. It's not my favorite part. And it's the first thing I do when I wake up. So I don't love it as much. So I don't feel into it as much. However, the intention is there. The intention is there. And then the remaining steps of my ritual, I feel into in a much deeper level. The other thing that is very ritualistic to me is journaling, and not just journaling in the morning, but journaling really throughout the day. Journaling, and that varies day by day. But I always start my morning with it, and then I end my evening with it too, in a reflection and in a how did today kind of go kind of situation, and what did I love about today? What am I grateful for today? What lit me up today kind of way. And this ritual of writing has become such a connection to my real thoughts, my real feelings, how I really want to proceed. It's become such a way to really delve into what I'm feeling, what I'm afraid of, what I'm excited about, and why all of those things. And it's become such a beautiful, meaningful, intentional, life-giving practice. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about the things in your life that are routine, that are just like, oh, we do this. And the things in your life that are rituals. And if you feel like you don't have any rituals, what routine could you transform into a ritual? What do you do that you wish had more meaning? What do you do that you wish felt more like it mattered to your heart and your soul than just a checkbox? Because checkbox items, those have a place. They are very functional. They need to be done. Not everything has to be infused with meaning and an intention. Not everything needs that. And that's great because it frees your brain up to just do things. And then you can have, thoughts going on in the background, or you can be problem solving or listening to an audiobook or whatever it is that you like to do. But having a day or even a week that has no ritual can make things feel meaningless. However, you get to choose the amount of meaning things have for you. You get to choose the amount of meaning things carry for you. And yes, this can have a very spiritual component. This can be very, very spiritual. And depending on whatever your beliefs are, you can choose to connect that to a higher being or the universe or whatever it is. Or you can just choose to connect that to your higher self, like I do with my morning ritual. It's like I am connecting to the person I want to be. And that is still a level of spirituality. I'm still getting out of my current self and reaching higher, reaching above my current self and feeling into that with intention and awareness. So yes, this does have more of a spiritual component, but like I explained with my youngest and reading a book at bedtime, it's the connection, it's the intention, it's the filled with meaning that in that moment, she knows I'm not just reading her a book just because I want her to sleep and be done. It's okay, I am connecting with you one last time tonight, and then we will say goodnight and we'll see each other in the morning. And she knows that I'm doing it because I want that connection with her. And she wants that too. So, of course, these rituals can be around connecting with others. They can be around connecting with yourself. They can be connecting with God or a higher power or the universe or what have you. Another ritual I want to share with you, this one I would never, ever call a routine because it's not as, there's no check boxes really. I mean, I guess if I wanted to be creative enough, I could come up with some, but it's not even about that. Monday mornings. I have specifically dedicated my Monday mornings to this ritual. And I love ceremonial grade cacao. It is so good, so rich, so good for you because there's no sugar in it. And Monday mornings, I make myself a cup of ceremonial grade cacao. And I sit sometimes with a question, sometimes with a desire, sometimes with an intention, and sometimes I just sit to enjoy silence and see what comes up. Like I'm open to receive inspiration, I'm open to guidance, I am open for direction, and I will sit on the couch with my cup of ceremonial grade cacao and I will meditate, sit in silence. Sometimes I'll journal, a lot of the times I'll journal actually, but it's not with a distinct purpose. The only reason is to connect to myself, ground myself, and really prepare myself for the week ahead emotionally and spiritually within myself. I love this practice. I love it very, very much. I really look forward to it. It makes my Mondays like the best ever. Like Monday is just the best. And this ritual has really helped me, like I said, ground myself. I'm not like in freak out of, oh, this and that, and this has to be done, and that has to be done, and what if this, and blah, blah, blah. All of that noise is completely silenced. All of the to-dos are, I know I'll get to them. And so they're not even entering in my brain. It's like when you start your computer and there are no tabs open, or it's like just closing all the tabs, closing all the applications, and everything is just closed. And you're just open and available for whatever comes. And the very interesting thing is that every single time something comes, I feel like I should do this, or this would be really great, or I feel like I need to reach out to this person, or I feel like this is something that would be really valuable or really meaningful, or sometimes, and it's not that frantic. I just said it in a very frantic way, but it's not that frantic. It comes in very, very softly, very gently. And it's like, it's just this suggestion. Like, what if? Like, what if I did this? What if I reached out to that person? What if this is the solution to that problem I've been having? What if I approach things this way? And it is so soft and so gentle. And I believe it's that way because I've created space for it. And that is very ritualistic. So I want you to think about this. I want you to think about the routines and the rituals. Like, especially if you're having trouble finding a ritual in your life that you already engage in and could perhaps go deeper on, you can look at your rituals and say, what do I wish had more meaning? That's what I have for you today. Connected to this and very exciting, I am embarking on a new project and I'm very excited about it. And it has to do, I don't have everything figured out yet. I really don't. And that's okay. But I am starting with digital workbooks and things like that, like the annual planner that I mentioned in episode 116. Actually, I didn't just mention it. The whole entire episode is about my annual planning workbook and how excited I am about that. But the annual planning workbook was kind of the first of my launch of my new subset of business called Ritual Paper, because I love how ritualistic writing, journaling, sending thank you notes, going through workbooks, planning your year. I love how all of that can be infused with such intention and you can create such a ritual out of it. I love that. So there's more to come on Ritual Paper. We've started with the annual planner and I'm excited about it. It's going to be really fun. I might not seem excited because it's more like, oh, I wish I had more to tell you, but I don't. I'm just kind of throwing it out there as a very vague, lame introduction to Ritual Paper. I will keep you posted as I figure more things out. But for now, this is where we're at. It's really fun. I'm really excited about it. And I love this idea and I love this concept. So there you go. Rituals. I hope you infuse at least your week with one ritual, if not your everyday, because you deserve to live with intention. You deserve to enjoy these moments that are filled with meaning and that that connect you to something more, just connect you to someone else, connect you to something, or even to just ground you to the earth. And you're just like, yes, I am here. I feel stable. Am here for it, because that is so valuable too. And you need that connection. You really do. Okay. I love you. Thank you for listening today. I appreciate you. Until next time. Bye for now.